Hi, this is Gloria Capola, or Ku'ule Aloha, my Hawaiian given name. This video is a short excerpt taken from my 3-hour presentation at a conference in Atlanta, Georgia, to help you understand what is lomilomi. I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you need more information, you can always contact me or visit my website at www.lomilomimassageCE. Thank you for joining me today.
If you decide you want to take the training, I'm going to be real honest with you. The 2-day class is not going to teach you everything you know. It is truly a basic principles class. And you're going to have to delve more into it to really get the true essence. When I was interviewed for this conference, Felicia Brown was interviewing, and I don't know how many of you heard it, but she was quite surprised at the things I had to say about lomilomi, and even admitted to me I had no idea. And I thought, oh, it's just one of those fluff techniques. Because she had a lomilomi somewhere at a spa, and she didn't enjoy it. And often people get a basic class, think it's just a forearm stroke, and that's all they're capable of giving. But it is much, much more, and I really want you guys to hear that. It is not about the technique. So why are you here?
It's the spiritual connection.
The spiritual connection, whoa, there it goes again. The profound and deep sense that you can gain with this work, that you can take everything you have learned up to this point, everything you will learn in your career, and take it to a new and deeper level for your clients. And I have had neuromuscular therapists take my trainings and say, what am I going to do with this? And I'd say to them, you know what, just give me a call after your first day back. And one young lady was like, this just isn't going to fit into my practice. I've got 7 people that expect me to do deep tissue work. I said, just call me. Well, she did. And she said, what the heck happened? I said, you tell me. She said every single client told her, even though she was doing neuromuscular therapy, every single client told her, what'd you do different today? That was the most profound session I ever had. Because she really showed up. So she's on the phone, and she says, what do I do next? I said, we go back to the first lesson. And the first lesson is to be aware. Be aware. And think about in your daily life, how aware are you of everything that is happening, including what's happening to you. It takes a lot of practice, which is why lomilomi takes years and years to study. Okay? So what is it? It is more than technique. It is Hawaiian restorative healing that includes compassionate touch and deep. His trainings weren't easy. You had to live on the Aina, the land. You had to learn about it. You had to study it. You had to know everything about it. Pule is prayer. Every single session begins with Pule. So the other thing we have to learn and study about is the Hawaiian values, all about their culture and what that means. They also support our healing process. So like Hippocrates said, physician, heal thyself. They really make sure we do. So in some of the more intense trainings, we are actually working on our own healing process. And I hear us all say, oh, we're compassionate and we're unconditional. But maybe we're only there a small moment of time. And so the work includes really opening us up more to that, opening the heart, the ku'ule'i, okay? Opening that heart more. So that no matter who comes on the table, you can get into your heart center and let go of the judgments and truly be in that space 100%. So each ohana, each family from different lineages teach slightly different. Why is that? We've got all these Hawaiian islands, and we've got an influence from different cultures. We've got the Filipino culture that comes over. We've got the Asian culture that comes over. And so you're going to see in our work that maybe it looks like Thai massage, like Patrick and Glacia teaches back there, okay? And when I took my lomilomi, there was a lot of Thai massage in it, and I thought, wow, that's the Thai I studied. And I began to realize that because of the family's influence and where they came from, you'll see different things. A lot of the work was done on the mat, just like in Thai massage, because back then they didn't have massage tables. Just like you go to all these trainings, you got a nice big toolbox, and it's going to come into this work. Okay? The sacred space is so important. And so I get people that are in spas sometimes, they go, how am I going to do this? I have to change over a table in 10 minutes. Well, if you can create the sacred space inside you and learn how to live with that inside you, you could bring that to the table. But if you're feeling rushed and scattered and not focused, then it's going to be a little more challenge. But after a while, when you start bringing all these principles into your life and you make it part of your life, you can drop in there really quickly. And maybe you don't do the whole ceremony for your client. That's okay. Just bring that full attentive presence and that heart wide open there. And that sacred space will be created. And compassion. No matter what happens on that table, what their experience is, we have to stay compassionate and not judgmental. I've had people break down and go through huge emotional releases and share traumas that they have had in their lives. And I have to make sure I'm not going to judge that situation, no matter what it is. And so this is why you studied with a kahuna of lomilomi for 30 years. About ho'oponopono, where do you have conflict in your life and how are we going to resolve that? And they would do sessions with you. So there was a lot of things that came first. They would do an internal cleanse as well as a steam. They would take the seawater and drink it internally to cleanse the body. So the technique was the last part of all of it. And this is why we tell students all the time, it's not about the technique, it's everything that leads up to that. Everything. And it becomes a way of life. Hawaiians also believe that every single person is born with a bowl of light. Beautiful, positive, spiritual energy. Practice where they get a bowl. And every time you have a negative thought about anything, a stone goes in that bowl. And when that bowl is full, you realize you have no more light. And it makes you more conscious of what you're doing in your life and what you're thinking. And then they turn the bowl over, and you start all over again. We're going to create a bowl of light, not a bowl of stones. We're going to switch things and focus on the positive. Fill your bowl with that positive energy. I suggest get a little bowl at home and practice this. We studied the elements. We studied how to truly connect with spirit and ground ourselves in that energy. Not for a moment, but for sustained periods of time. We also have to do movement and dance, lots of it. How many have seen lomilomi videos where it just looks so beautiful and graceful, right? Well, students can't wait to get to the table to do that. And then they realize they're fumbling all over the place because it's not as easy as it looks. So some of our kumus have a practice called lua. And lua is martial arts. And Kahu Abraham's practice was in martial arts. So things similar to Qigong. How many of you have done Qigong? Okay? Very similar to that. The light is used for many things. It's used to get your body toned and conditioned for those movements. It's used to get that grace to the flow that you see practitioners do. But it's also used to build what? Mana. Then you can fully show up from that place. And you're not thinking about what technique do I do next? How do I fix this person? Because we turn it over to a higher power. And the things that happen on the table are amazing. Sometimes techniques get created that you didn't even study. And someone might say to you, oh, that was really cool. What did you do? And you'll be like, I don't know. Because you weren't here. You were here. And that information was given to you. Breathwork, the ha breath, and that is also a discipline, because I find a lot of us don't breathe deeply. And we forget when we're doing massage. We might be able to do it when we're sitting here. Take a nice deep breath. But then we get to the table, and we're going, and we're holding it. And the sweat is pouring down. And I have to go. But the ha is also used to remove the blockages that you're working with.
So I hope that video presentation gave you a little bit of what lomilomi is truly about. It is way more than technique, and it does require a commitment. It is a life journey, one that has changed mine in more ways than I ever dreamed or imagined. I hope that you will give lomilomi the opportunity, no matter what your basis for massage is right now, because coming from a structural background myself, I also learned that lomilomi can definitely be structural work It can be medically oriented. It can help people on so many levels, and it's not just a fluff massage. We use our hands, our palms, our fingers, and our forearm. And traditionally, they use their feet too on the mat. Lomi is deep and profound. It is a healing method that has changed the way I do my work, the comments that I receive from my clients, the depth and profound healing that can take place for someone. And one of the kahunas once asked me, well, can you treat TMJ? And I said, yes, I can, because my tools have showed me how to help TMJ. So whatever your background is, remember, you're not limited in just digging into a tissue, creating postural balance. There is much more to this healing work, this path that you have joined. So I hope to see you at a training one day so you too can heal yourself and bring your massage to a much deeper level. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me for this short presentation. Please visit my website at lomilomi Massage CE for more information on upcoming trainings. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me at massageproce@gmail.com. Lomi Lomi is a beautiful, transformative, deep and profound healing art. Join me for a class soon.